No! Trick or treat! Alright guys, my treat to you is a special Halloween battle! For my Halloween special, I give you a battle full of doom and gloom and ghostly figures of all kind. Basically, I'm using ghost types and dark types. Anyway, I have a lead Gengar, and I use Shadow Ball, because, yeah, I just wanted to hit that Frostlass. But he goes into a Melodic, and Shadow Ball doesn't do a whole lot. But I decide to go for it again because I know I can't counter, and I know I can't Destiny Bond because of my Focus Sash. He hits me down with a Surf, but I get the special defense drop, which is good for me. So, obviously, I'm going to try to Destiny Bond to take that Melodic with me, but, oh no, he goes into a... you heard it, Miltank. He tries to go for the Body Slam, but silly him, he doesn't have Scrappy. Mwahahaha. I go Destiny Bond again, but he goes into a Venusaur, and I don't think he's going to try to take me with him. I think he's going to Leech Seed, so I Shadow Ball him for some minute damage. But now that he has Leech Seed me, I can't stay in, so I decide to switch, and I switch out into Weavile, the darkest soul of them all. And he goes Sleep Powder, but that puts my Weavile to sleep, which makes me rather sad. Anyway, he goes out of Venusaur into his Dusknoir, and that is a very ghostly Pokemon. I am very proud of him. So now I go out into Houndoom, fearing the Fire Punch, and I get it. So my Houndoom's Flash Fire activates, but I want to cripple something on the switch, so I decide to go for the Will-O-Wisp. My little... Will-O-Wispy goes onto that Melodic. I don't really know what Will-O-Wisp is, actually, but I like it! And I go out into Spiritomb, a very evil spirit indeed, and I'm going to taunt this Melodic so it can't do anything gay. But he goes out into a Dusknoir, which is pretty bad, because... not really. Anyway, I'm going to try to Will-O-Wisp this, however, he dodges it. Curse you, Dusknoir! And he hits me with a Thunder Punch, but that doesn't do a whole lot. Now he goes out to Venusaur to take the Will-O-Wisp, and he gets that burned. I am burning his team slowly, and it's burned. So I decide to taunt this Venusaur as well, so it can't Leech Seed my ghostly figures. And I taunt him, but he gets the Leech Seed off first. Very bad for me, I'm afraid. So after all this end of turn bullcrap. Yes, the burn and the leftovers and the Leech Seed. How annoying. I go out into Gengar pretty much as death fodder. I mean, the Gengar really did its thing already, doesn't need to stay around, and it can return to the graveyard, where I reborned it, I think. So I go out into Houndoom, who's full of doom, and I go for the Dark Pulse, wanting to hit something on the switch, and I hit the Melodic, which is pretty darn good, but not good enough, because I think the Melodic can take another. How it can take a doomful punch like a Dark Pulse, I have no idea, but he decides to recover now. And this Melodic is really starting to piss me off. Anyway, I have to go for the taunt again, because I really don't want that thing to recover anymore. So I go for the taunt, and Spiritomb is very good at taunting, because it's very, very taunting, I think. But he goes for the Surf, and surfs my Spiritomb away, but I know I can live another, and Spiritomb has a ghostly trick up its sleeve. Yes, indeed, everyone, Spiritomb has Pain Split, a powerful move that makes all of the Pokemon in the battle share the pain. And with the Melodic unable to recover, I decide to do another, because I know he either has to attack me or switch out into a Pokemon with high HP. So it goes out into a Venusaur, and Pain Split helps somewhat against that. I gain a little bit of health, and he loses a little bit of health. Not too bad for a turn. So anyway, now I'm going to attempt to... guess it. Taunt, yes. But once again, he gets the Leech Seed off again, and that pisses me off. But there's nothing much else I can do with Spirit Tome. My attacking move on this thing is Sucker Punch. However, it won't do a whole lot to Venusaur, especially when I'm Leech Seeded. So I go out into Houndoom! But he predicts my switch into Houndoom and goes Sludge Bomb. A most powerful move indeed. But Houndoom will force the switch and decide to go for the Flamethrower, knowing that a Flamethrower plus a Dark Pulse will kill the Milotic at this point. So I go for the Flamethrower, and Houndoom shoots flames from his eyes like an evil Doom should. And yes, after the burn, I can definitely KO it now with Dark Pulse, and that Milotic is dead and doomed, and nothing else can... It won't bother me anymore, except maybe it'll come back as a spirit, you never know. So I decide to burn this Miltank as it body slams me, and I do survive after the burn. However, he gets the Parahax, and that makes me a sad spirit. And he body slams me for the KO. Now I know the true definition of sadness. Anyway, it's time to go out into Mismagius, the sexiest ghost of them all. And I go for the substitute, and it gives me a substitute. Anyway, Heal Bell is rather bad because all of those things I burned are now not burned anymore. He goes out into Donphan as I Calm Mind, and I'm really hoping that a Shadow Ball of Doom will be able to destroy that Donphan. However, he Ice Shards me and destroys my substitute, which is not very good for Mismagius. So I go for the Shadow Ball, and that will almost KO the Donphan. It made me very, very unhappy that it did not kill the Donphan. He survives with us, Liver of Health, and of course gets leftovers to recover, and even worse, he gets to hit me one more time with Ice Shot before dying into the black abyss. And that makes me a sad panda. So I will Shadow Ball for the kill, and that will KO the Donphan. And Mismagius is looking very, very sexy. So he goes out into Frostlass and taunts me so I cannot set up a substitute. But I do not set up a substitute. I go for the Shadow Ball. But now I'm afraid he's going to Destiny Bond me, so I have to switch. I decide to switch into one of the more bulky ghosts I've known in my lifetime, and that is Dusknoir. And he goes for a Destiny Bond as I predicted. So I know Destiny Bond doesn't work if I Will-O-Wisp, so I decide to try it, but he predicts it and taunts. And that's one time I'd really wish I had... What's that priority move that Dusknoir can learn? I don't know. Shadow Sneak, that's right. So he sets up spikes, which really hurts, because every time I switch in one of my ghostly fiends, they're going to be hurt. So he decides to try to Destiny Bond my Spiritome, but I go into a Weavile and Swords Dance. Thank God I woke up that turn, because he went for another layer of spikes. And now, the Weavile of Doom will continue to sweep his team, because I have a super effective move on every one of his Pokemon. And after a Swords Dance on the Life Orb, I will be able to KO. So watch, you pathetic mortal, as Weavile sends all of his Pokemon to the graveyard. Mwahahahaha. 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 That was a good laugh. Now, make sure you check out his channel, because he said he's going to post videos soon on it. So, you will have to check him out, and rate, comment, subscribe, both me and him. Anyway, this has been a fun battle. A Halloween battle. A doomed battle! Hey guys, keeping with the Halloween theme, today's question today is, what are you going to be for Halloween? Unfortunately, I don't really have a Halloween costume this year. I'm a little too old to go around trick-or-treating, and just didn't get around to getting one for college or anything. But leave a comment about if you are, dressing up as something, and if so, what. And rate, comment, subscribe, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.